I don't know. I have the rules, I guess, that I function.
Oh, I wouldn't either.
Yeah, it's just kind of a rules-based thing. It's like I want fair conversation back and forth, even if it devolves into just badness. Still wouldn't be a fair conversation.
Yeah, not gonna come out of the left field with one on you to try to hem you up. Now it doesn't mean that I'm not going to ask a question.
Well, it should be pointed questions. That's just part of the conversation, right? But not.
But some of this stuff is just set, where here
it's
comes
like they
the
bring you
setup.
on TV and they're like, oh, hey, it's going to be great. I mean, the guy loves your content and everything. As you get on, is like, why are you backing dead babies? It's like, what the hell just happened?
So I'll give you an example of that. So last week, and they had reached out to me. Marc Lamont Hill Show had reached out.
Did they?
Well, they always
Marc
do.
is awesome.
But they reached out to me probably a month ago asking whether or not I would be available after South Carolina. So this was kind of already in the work. And initially, the person that they're going to have me on with was this. I can't even think of the guy's name.
Like a Democrat, basically.
Yeah, definitely a Democrat. And he's out of North Carolina. He's a big. His name is going to come to me, I'm sure, after this.
Yeah.
But he wasn't. At the last minute, it changed, and I was like, okay, well, this is interesting. Never heard of the person that they're apparently pairing me with. And from my, perspective, I don't need to be paired with anybody.
Right.
But fine. So clearly this is going to be a political thing because you want me on the show with somebody else.
Good enough to make his own.
This was somebody who was some organization, Justice something out of California. And talking about whatever they intended didn't work out too well because the woman was just totally unprepared. It was like...
Oh, so you did go?
Oh, no, yeah, I did go.
Okay.
The woman was totally unprepared. She had no depth of anything, but it also exposed something for Marc, too, because Marc knew nothing about nothing.
What do you mean?
So
what was
we were talking about politics. So it was about politics. It was about South Carolina. It was about, we kind of got into just a little bit the Russia-Ukraine war. We kind of got in just a little bit, though. But Marc had no depth on any of this.
Really?
So I just ran the entire table.
He's so good on the Israel Gaza thing.
But it depends. You do well on those things that you're interested in.
That's fair.
When it came to politics, the numbers that I was throwing out there, they knew none of this.
Are you serious?
The stuff that I was saying about the cases, and I even told Marc, and I was like, and in one of the cases, I said there was a Letitia James. She decided to turn a misdemeanor into a felony.
That wasn't Letitia James. That was
Alvin Bragg.
Yeah.
Alvin Bragg. Misdemeanor into a felony. It was like deer in headlights, because the point that they were making is that all of these things were warranted. And so when I started talking about, well, if you consider the E. Jean Carroll case, if you consider
$453 million,
the 407, and the point that I was making, however you feel about Donald Trump, if you're concerned about our criminal justice system to have anyone pay $500 million before they're even able to have that case adjudicated in another court, we should just be able to say they had.
I'm sorry, there was no crime.
Well, that too. But I'm saying it was just, and so I literally was able to just ran the board because Marc was even trying to pull it out of the other guest. Yeah. And she just didn't have it in her.
Didn't know.
And that's the thing, she just didn't have it in her.
But only ever talked to other Democrats.
Yes, and my point in bringing this up is that, and the next time they reach out to me, I'm going to let them know, y'all go stop playing with me. Because you thought, first of all, I'd been doing this for far too long. I've been going on Marc's show even when he was on BNC. So I had been at this, we're talking about 3-4 years that I've been at this. You've seen what I'm able to do. Right. And you're going to pair me for one with a lightweight. Yeah. And then, Marc, you don't even know what you're talking about. Like, I am not a podcaster.
Right.
I'm not just saying stuff on Twitter or whatever. I'm a radio host. You go put some respect on my
and a political
name.
Analyst on top of it.
Yes, you go put some respect, but totally unprepared. And to this day, I have not gotten that clip.
Has it even aired?
Well, you never really see the stuff on the Griot anyway. It's the Griot, so you never really see their stuff anyway. This is when Byron Allen bought the Griot.
So this wasn't on Marc Lamont's current show?
Yes, it was his current show.
That's part of the Griot?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. It's actually part of the Griot, but you'll never see it. But typically what they'll do, they'll send you a copy of the clip, whenever it airs. I ain't got it. I ain't even asked for it, because I already know. I already know what I did, so.
They may not put that. Look, I'm telling you, man.
It ain't go, because it don't look good for them.
If you are too good, they don't air that.
It don't look good for them.
Jimmy Dore, man, and people hate when I bring this up because they love Jimmy Dore. Like, I don't care if you like Jimmy Dore or not. It's true. He brought me on for a debate because he thought he disagreed with something I was saying. And like I'm telling him, dude, I don't care if you disagree. This is just flat fact. True. Like, if you put a machine, put it this way, if you're trying to pay people $15 an hour minimum wage, which I am for, just by definition, if they can get a machine to do the exact same job for 5% less, they're going to take the machine. And there's going to be some percentage of them that do that. Why do you think you have all these cashier machines that are out there in grocery stores now? Oh, this is cheaper than hiring somebody for the job, and they can just do the job incontinuously. Fair enough, we do it. As a software engineer, I did it. My company, where you could build software out in order to get rid of the jobs, that type of stuff. Dora was like, that's a right-wing argument. It's not right-wing argument, it's just true. It's just logic in regards to
And of all
things,
things, you're making a right-wing argument.
As a lefty, you should know this. Because the reality of it is the lefty argument is that the capitalistic system functions towards profit. And if they can squeeze a nickel, they're going to take that nickel. As a lefty, that should be just the basis of your operation. We get on the show, he loses badly. They even tell me in advance, if you make me look bad, I'm not going to air this. I said,
oh,
okay.
wow, they even tell you that up front.
She told me that up front and then say, don't tell nobody. When they tell you that, something is wrong, right? I get on the show, Dora doesn't know what he's talking about. He eventually realizes, oh my God, I'm wrong. And it never goes up. It never goes up. So that Marc Lamont may never go up.
And in their case, literally, you'd be hard-pressed to find any of their, unless he sends it to you to say that this, because you can't find it on TV, you can't find it online.
I mean,
you have to, he shares it on YouTube.
Oh, I see. And that becomes a Marc Lamont show.
It's not a YouTube show.
Oh, I thought, okay. So,
no, it's literally a legitimate,
was a YouTube show.
No, it's a legitimate show on the grill that is broadcast.
I did not know that.
It is televised. Yes, it is. Yeah. He just posted
What you say? Stop playing with me, Marc.
You better put some respect on my name.
Stop playing with me.
As we reported here from our studio in Washington, D.C., where we're expecting a cloudy day with a high of 65.